Hey guys and girls, this is Martin from howtomakemobilegames.com on July the 19th, 2015, and it's a Sunday here in Shanghai, China. This is an answers video to the pro section of the howtomakemobilegames.com video. So I think somebody said, I think it was Grumpy mentioned that the answers video that I did for the previous answers videos that I did was good, and it was a good way to answer questions, or just talk about things. So I thought, cool, let's do another one. So let's dive right in, and I'll just sort of direct you guys where we're at on this page. So this is the howtomakemobilegames.com forum, for those of you who don't know. And this is the pro video section where I'm answering some questions right now. Necrozard said, I saw some old Martin's games has the Unity splash screen. I'm worried about this. Does the Unity splash screen pull down game success? Retention, maybe. What do you think? Will Game said, we as game developers know what the splash screen means, that it's free version of Unity. However, my games all have Unity 3D splash screens and get their downloads somehow. I guess people care more about the ASO and gameplay. So for me, Necrozard, I think it doesn't matter. I think most players out there don't really care if the splash screen is there or not. To be honest, when I'm playing games, if I see Unity or Unreal or Coco 2D, I'm actually curious of which engine they've used. So even if we had like the paid version of Unity to remove the splash screen, I wouldn't care anyway as a player. But what we do is we add our own company logo splash screen after the Unity one. And I think for players, they really don't mind. So that's my opinion anyway. But if anyone has any different ideas, definitely chip in and let us know. This one is on the video called, let me just see, Removing Android Manifest Permissions and Features to Get More Downloads on July the 13th. So this was a video I think I did roughly 1 week ago. And let me just go down to where I was before. Yeah, that one there. Sorry, I'm just catching up where I am, guys. Okay, so this is cool. Kid Games said, thanks for this, man. You said, Martin, nice sharing. You can have even more downloads if you build two APK files in Unity, one for ARM and one for x86. This approach decreases APK size by 5 to 6 megabytes, but you need to upload two files. In my games, I am using simple leaderboard system that's saved on my server. Oh, this is okay. So, Kid Games, I think it's Yuri. Thank you so much for this tip. This is really interesting. So, having two separate game files, one to support ARM, one to support the x86 architecture, the chips that use x86. That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't know this. I didn't know. This is a good question. And actually, this is a question for you guys. Inside of Google Play, for example, when the build is made with x86 or Armv7, if it's only one or the other, is that good or bad? I'm just trying to pull it up here, guys. My internet is a little bit slow. So when you upload the file, should you build for both ARM and x86, or just one? If you only have uploaded a game that supports ARM, does that mean that all the x86 phones out there don't support won't support it? So this is a good question. For example, here in Kill Your Boyfriend, I've got ARM version 7, ARM architecture version 7, but there's no x86 in there. So I'm wondering about this new one actually. APK, this was just updated the other day. Still needs to be published, but this one has got ARM version 7 and x86. So that's interesting. So I'm assuming that this one, this APK will support more devices because it's been built for ARM and x86. So the question to you guys is, maybe Yuri, Kid Games, you can answer this. If we don't do two separate APKs, I'm assuming it's just better to include both native platforms on here. I don't know which devices are x86, but I know Armv7 is probably more popular. But I think we need to include both, I'm guessing. Let me just check this one as well. These ones I'm not doing any A/B testing on right now, so APK. Let me just take a look. This could be a really good tip and something that we need to test. So yeah, Armv7 and X86, Ragdoll Stickman, APK. This one is from Ryan. It's actually supporting more devices. So Armv7 and X86. So what I'm guessing here, guys, is if you are uploading games to Google Play, if you're not building the two separate files like Kid Games mentioned, make sure that you're building for Armv7 and X86 if you're not doing the two APKs, because then you're going to get on more devices, but it will make the file larger. So I think the other question, so question one is, guys, is that correct what I've just said? If you're only doing one APK, make sure that you've got both Armv7 and X86 build supported, native platform supported. The second question is, I guess, to Kid Games is, if you do upload two separate files, then how do you do that? What do you do? Do you upload one and say this is ARM version, and then a second one and this is called ARM, this is x86 version, or do you just put it in the description? I'm very curious about that. Also, has it had a huge impact or not? Does it really make a difference? I remember a year ago, not year, maybe 3 years ago now, we used Unity and built for devices which supported the ARM version 6 architecture as well. And I think it was like there was no floating point value or something like that. There was a setting in Unity 3, I don't think it was in Unity 4, but in Unity 3 you could support older ARM version 6 devices, but there was a problem with the sound in some of those devices. But what I did find, it ran a little bit slower, but what I did find is that the downloads did increase because we were able to support more devices. So that's a good question. I want to know about that, the ARM and x86. Anyone else who has any questions in the Pro forum, please, let us know, and if you've got any experience. But yeah, great share. Thanks, Kid Games. XD Buckhead says, great tips, Martin. I think players on iOS are a lot less likely to use Google Play game services than the players on Android, mostly because they log into their G Plus account, and iOS users don't have a G Plus or aren't used to doing that. Yeah, I absolutely. I tried this. I didn't try it on my iOS device, but I think the reason that our Google Play Game Services leaderboards don't get many scores submitted is because of the permissions. It's stupid. Like I played our game, or actually it was a different game with Google Play Game Services. Clicked on leaderboards. You have to. It then gives you that sort of green pop-up box, and then you have to choose the account. Then you have to sign in, and then it asks you for permissions, like to share on your Google Circle and know your friends, and it's like a Facebook permissions API. So the amount of people are just going to be turned off by that permission pop-up is huge. They're just not going to. It's just going to block it so much. So that's why Google Play Game Services leaderboards are just not very good, in my opinion. Leaderboards should just be seamless for the player. It just grabs their score, and if they're online through a Wi-Fi or whatever, it just uploads the score, and then they can see it. They don't have to sign in or do anything like that. So yeah, I think that's, yeah. I think also on iOS, as you said, XDBookX, you said, yeah. I think on iOS it's going to be the same situation. Also, thanks for the tips so much, man. I just had a quick read of this about using features. So some tips for to add to this for removing required features. I won't go through these. I did have a read before, but you guys on the Pro forum can check it out for sure. But yeah, thank you so much. Like, not including the camera if it's not needed, and then you'll appear on more devices. But you asked here at the bottom, you said about removing a billing permission. Won't it make your app crash whenever someone tries to buy an in-app purchase? So I would be careful about removing this permission, and if needed this permission, then I would just take out the in-app purchase. Yeah, so what I mean is, on the video I said about updating the in-app purchase. Sorry, on the video I talked about the Android manifest and possibly removing the in-app purchase lines from the Android manifest. Yeah, in this case, if you've got in-app purchases in the game, then don't remove it. This is just in case you, if you don't have in-app purchases in the game, then remove it completely. And then you'll be able to appear in more countries like China and Iran and some other countries as well. So yeah, but if you've got in-app purchases in the game, then you're going to need that permission. So, So XDBugX, you said, really nice comment here. My tip was to update the countries, and in pricing and distribution really helped some of my old apps. So that's a cool, yeah, I just read this before. So XDebugX, thanks for the tip, man. That's a really good one. I'm actually going to go through our Google Play account in a moment and update all of our countries to make sure that all of the countries are listed in there. And I'm going to probably do a video on that to see if there's any impact. We've got like 70 games on our account, so I'm going to have to check each one, and then make sure that each game is available in all of the countries that it can be available for. But to do that, I'm going to have to apply a content rating to every single game as well, because we've not done a content rating to all our games. But XDebugX, I'm very interested. I'm glad you like the tip, but that's great to know that some of your old app downloads are increasing. Please let us know in that thread or in a new thread, how much it increased. That'd be really good to know. But definitely a good tip as well. So just as well, Grumpy, hello, you said on this thread, this is a new thread. This was the best icon design practices, looking at what worked so far on July the 6th, 2015. We did a bunch of posts, but the latest one here was from Grumpy, saying, so you offer rewarded video ads. The graph below shows how many completed views we have per day on Google Play. The keyword and icons changes are looking like they've increased 3 to 4 times the amount of completed video views we're getting on More Gold now. We're now also getting the 100 downloads a day on Google Play that we were hoping for from the icon keyword change. That's awesome, man. This is great. Real nice clear graph that you got here as well. So this is the amount of views that you're getting for your video views, like the rewarded video ads. Keyword change here increase, real nice. And then an icon change as well, also real nice to see. And the new icon is really cool as well. Currently, you're not A/Bing the icon because I don't want to lose momentum by showing an icon that isn't good when I'm relatively confident the new icon is performing better. I will do an A/B test at some point in the future just to work out how much of a difference the icon is making though. Might be wrong call, but I don't want to tamper too much with the game as it's growing. The new icon has arrived on iOS. First day stats were 50 downloads, which jumped from the 15 to 25 mark it has been getting recently. Thanks, I'm really pleased with how this one is going. It's making pretty good money compared to my other games. So that's cool, that's great to know, and it's great that the keyword changes and the icon changes have had an impact as well. You said there, Grumpy, so you said that you're not doing A/B testing at the moment for the icon because you don't want to rock the boat or tamper with it. Yeah, I totally understand. If you did want to do A/B testing, what you can do is you can reduce the audience down to like 10% for the new icon. I did that with one of our games called Kill Your Boyfriend because that game is like our best downloaded game and I didn't want to tamper with it either. So what I did is I just applied the new icon to only 10% audience. So inside of their... let me just quickly... can I show you? I'm just looking at the... Yeah, just to show you. Well, this is an experiment that's already running for UEscape 2, but you can see here it's serving one variant to 50% of users. When you set up an experiment install listing, you can just show it to 10% of the users, okay? So that you're not going to tamper with it too much. So, for example, if 100 people see your game listed in the search results, then only 10%, 10 of those users will see the new variant, and 90% will stick to that old icon, the one that's doing good right now. And then what you'll see down here is the scaled installs on this column. So if icon A is, because obviously this is being served to like 90% and this is being served to 10%, this will be the adjusted column here. So you'll be able to, this will be timed by like, 10 or times by 9 or whatever, so that they're on equal footing, so that you can really compare how the clicks do. So yeah, I mean, I get it for sure, like with the icon there. Maybe wait until it levels out a little bit and then apply a new icon, and see how that goes, see if that has a really good impact. But so far, yeah, I mean, icons have just had a great impact for us by far. There's so much to do in terms of like ASO and optimization that it's getting really confusing. Like we said about doing the 2 builds before, about the X86 and Armv7 separate ones, about getting on all countries, about icon testing. so many things. It's so confusing. But I mean, for me, like so far, the icon has definitely had icon and screenshots updates have had a really good impact. So obviously, like you said as well, yours is as well, Grumpy. This is the game, by the way, guys. If you're on iOS or Google Play, just a shout out to Grumpy, like More Gold Now, RPG clicker. So definitely check it out on iTunes and Google Play. It looks like a great game, and this icon looks awesome as well. Really, really nice icon. So yeah, I think it looks like it's having a good impact for sure. Yeah, definitely. I think what else? I was going to mention something else at the end there. So I'm going to have to do apply all countries to all of our games and see if we get a good increase in downloads. But I've got to stay focused at the moment because there's just so many ASOs, so many marketing and optimization that you can do in the app stores to get more downloads. It's a really such a wide field, and being able to track all of it is just really tough. But at the moment, I'm just focusing mainly on this A/B testing on Google Play for icons and screenshots, and also description A/B testing as well, just because we've had such a good impact. We actually spoke to an icon artist, actually a friend of mine who did some artwork for us years ago, and she's going to be hopefully starting soon to start to do just icons and screenshots. That's it. All on Google Play at first, do the A/B testing, and then apply those icons to Amazon and iOS app stores and see if we get a good impact. So that's going to be great because my time is just so divided. I really needed to get somebody to focus on this area for me and just work on icons and screenshots and be dedicated in the area, and then we can clearly track what the impact is. So I'm going to let you guys know how that goes, because I'm going to do more of this A/B testing SEO ASO videos to talk about this stuff. But let me know what you think about this video, guys. Any of you who are seeing this on the free channel for Unity, definitely come along to howtomakemobilegames.com. And if you wanted to see the pro videos, you can subscribe to this one here. It's the pro section. This is $3 a month, but as you can see, there's some awesome guys on there giving just awesome tips. I mean, stuff that I didn't know and I don't even think about. So it's been a great community, and I want to thank everybody so far for just sharing this knowledge and information, because it's really starting to make a difference. Focusing so much on the marketing and distribution and optimization of the games is really giving me a lot to think about anyway. Sometimes too much to think about. So anyway, guys, have a great weekend there, and more coming real soon. Happy developing. Bye bye.